Hi guys, I'm coming back today with the English version of my Python courses, and in this letter you will be learning Python from scratch, which means literally from the beginning. And in this course also I will be providing general instructions with application and case studies in financial analysis. So below is the content of our courses. We'll be starting by general requirement and basics. Then we'll talk about packages, preparation of data sets, summarize them with further tips for their manipulation, and finally the graphics. And note that for each point explained, it will be illustrated with an exercise and an application in finance. So let's start today with the general requirements. Concerning the needed tool, you will need to have the Python software, the Anaconda Navigator, and the Jupyter environment, which I'm using currently. So the Python can be downloaded from this website. For me, it's the version 3.11, and it can be any version available. And the Anaconda Navigator from this website. And once the Anaconda Navigator is downloaded, you will be able to launch the Jupyter Notebook from this using any preferred version. And in my case, I'm using the 6.5. So next, you need to be used to the Jupyter environment in its various components. So the Jupyter environment has two modes: a code mode, press Y to access it, and a Markdown mode, press M as a shortcut to switch between those two modes. Here I'm in the code mode, and if I press M, I will move to the Markdown mode and inversely to the code mode. So first we'll start talking about some tips in the Markdown mode, which are the ways of writing, insert links, and insert titles. For the ways of writing, there are the bold type, the italic type, and both of them simultaneously. So you should put the word between one between one star for the italic mode, like I'm doing now, between two stars for the bold type, and between 3 stars for the two types simultaneously. Bold and italic. This is for the ways of writing. Now, if we want to insert a link, and we'll apply this on the links for Python 3.11 and the Anaconda Navigator. So what you need to do, put the showed name, which will be appear in the output mode between two square brackets, and copy the link between small parentheses to which won't appear in the output mode, of course. So first, if we start with the, for example, let's say download Python 3.11, I put the name between two square brackets and copy the link between parentheses. Copy, paste. I do the same with the anaconda. And I execute the code. So you notice that only the word I have in the square brackets are appearing in the output mode. And when I press on this word, it will guide me directly to the targeted website. So this is for the links. Now we move to the titles. So to have you have to put the word between you have to put a hash between before the word for a title 1 or a title level 1, two hashes for a title 2, three hashes for title 3, and so on. And when you run the code, you will be having this result. If you want to present this better in form of table of content or a summary, you just add this symbol before the word. So if you add it once, it will be moved to one level, and when you add it two, it will be moved to two levels. And this is the output, which is more suitable for a table of content. So these are the main tips in the Markdown mode. Now we move to the code mode, and in this mode we are going to perform calculations by presenting the basic mathematical formulas, create a list, generate types of data, and use the for loop function to customize our output. So concerning the basic mathematical formula, we need to be in a code mode. So we start by additions. So 1 plus 1 for additions, 4 minus 2 for subtractions or difference, 5 times 4 times 5 for multiplication, 2 this when we write the multiplication sign, which is the start twice, it is the power, so it's 2 power 3, and finally print 10 divided by 5, which is the division. Then we press Control plus OK to run the code, as we did, by the way, in the Markdown mode. And the result will be displayed as follow. For each operation, each result is displaying. Note that when you put a hash in the code mode, it's for the comment. Comment and won't be considered in the code. So this is for the basic formulas. Now we move to the list creation always be in a code mode. Let's name it just list. So the component of the list will need to be in between square brackets. So the first component, I write my name, Sohaib. The second component, it will be the number 10. And the third component will be the number 25.6. And if I print the list, it will be displayed as follow. So this is for the list creation. Now concerning the types of data, just run the command type, and it will give you the type of the output, the type of the data entered. So if I type list, it give me a list because the data is a list. If I run type Sohaib, it's str, which stands for string, and the string is the text format, equal string equal text format. Next, the number 10, it's an integer, int equal integer, and it's a number without decimals. Finally, the third component, 25.6, this is a float. A float is a number with decimals. And if we want to use the for loop function to present all these types simultaneously, we know that in this list we have the three types. The three components represent the string, the integer, and the float. So I can use the for loop by writing for x in list, which is the list, this list above, two points, print type of x, and I will have the first component str, which is a string, the second an integer, and the third, which is a float. So this is a way to present simultaneously multiple data when you know what kind of output you desire. Finally, we move to the creation of tables in Jupyter, and we need to be this time we need to switch to a Markdown mode. So to create a table, we need to write the code as follow. So first we put colon A, colon B, use dashes to separate the header from the content, and then we write the components. So for example, I write str in the first column and its name in the second string. Next, ent stand for integer, and then float, where I will be writing definition number with decimal. When I run this code, the output board will be as follow. the header are separated from the content with those dashes, and the format is written as follow. So this is the main requirement and basic you will need to know before starting to work with Python. So in the next video, we are going through the packages and the preparation of dataset with the required function, of course.